Thursday, May 7th, and it's another beautiful day for some baseball. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the 8 best player props on the entire slate. I also have my 3 favorite guys to go on ahead and send one over the fence here on Thursday and cash us out for our home run 3-man. And then we're going to walk over to the sports books where I'm going to tell you exactly who's going to win, who's going to lose, the unders, the overs, all of that right here in this video. So make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're locking in and get ready to go bananas.
Sub to the channel, we drop picks on the daily, dropping knowledge every day, and you don't have to pay me. We just keep stacking wins while the rest moving lazy.
Now, before we get rocking and rolling and going over all the free plays we have in store for you for Thursday, go on ahead and smash that like button. 150 likes on this video. If and when we cash that sportsbook play of the day, one of you will be walking away with $100 sent straight from me right to you. All we need is 150 likes on this video and cash that play. One of you that likes and comments will get all of that money. Now, I do this every single day, giving you banger after banger. Nobody else on YouTube is going over as many props as we are. Nobody's cashing like we are. So go on ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a free play drop. But the most important thing that you can do for yourself, for your wallet, build your bankroll, lock these plays in for free. Go down below, visit my buddy Stan. He's got ways for you to do all of that. And he's going to send you on over to the Stan.store where, like I said, you can lock in all these plays for absolutely free. You can build your bankroll out. And on top of all of that, you can get bonus free plays. Where can you get those? That big, beautiful golden W. There's a free plan in there where you get bonus free plays every day, cheat sheets in the MLB, the NBA, everything that you could ever want for absolutely free, a great free Discord community as well. Join the free team right on over there at Winnable so you can start eating with us every single day. And if you want the premium option, you don't have to pay me. You just got to sign up for one of these apps. You can pay me. That's fine too. Use code TIGERS. You still get 50% off. Use code HOMERUN. You actually get a big discount on the weekend pass as well. And we have a fantastic UFC fight card this weekend. But if you want premium for 30 days for free, there's tons of different options. Sign up for any one of these apps and get that free 30 days. I highly recommend. Honestly, if you only signed up for one, Parlay Market, it's legal in all 50 states, so it's legal where you live. And with code FF8, you get a $20 welcome bonus. When you deposit $20, you lock in a play, you skip the whole entire line. There's a million people waiting to get in on this app, and you get to go right in front of all of them with code FF8. Why Parlay Market? Well, it's legal where you live, so if you can't get a sports book, it's a tremendous option for you. But on top of that, if a line is, say, 130 over on sport or on DraftKings or FanDuel, it's going to be about a -110, -100 over on Parlay Market. It's got better lines. It's literally like the only app I use. You'll see all the winning slips from Parlay Market. We have been crushing them. So I highly recommend signing up with code FF8. For all your player prop needs, we got tons of options as well. We do use Prizepicks a lot because that's the only one legal in New York where I live. So if you use code FF8, you bet 5, you get 50. You can lock in with us there. But I honestly, more than even Prizepicks, I recommend Sleeper for all of our 4-mans, our 5Xs. We got actually an 8.75X play in this video. We're going to be breaking down in a 5Xer over there on Prizepicks, and they're actually 9X and 5.5X over on Sleeper. With code FF8 on top of that, you get a free $20, $100 deposit match, a free 30 days of premium. You also get a free square, something like Aaron Judge under 99.5 total bases, something that has to cash that you can add to the play and increase your payout. So I highly recommend Sleeper. It's literally the best promo on the market right now. And then there's also Better. For our home run play, I do recommend this one. It's not a free 10 plus 200 anymore. I got to change the verbiage on that one. It is actually a $200 in no sweat entries. Basically, you can lock in the 3-man home run play that we're going to go over in this video. If it does not cash, you get all your money back so you can take a big swing with us. We've been doing very well in the home run department. We're going to end up cashing a 3-man very soon. So you're going to want to take advantage because if we don't, you get all your money back and that free 30 days of premium. They also have great payouts as well, if I'm being honest. Code FF8. Use any one of these apps. Send me the proof to the number below. Screenshot your deposit using code FF8. Send it on over and get your free 30 days of premium plays. Now, we have been absolutely crushing all season long. But I'm going to be honest with you. The sports books, that's been fine. We're doing good still there. We just went 3-0 on Wednesday, cashing all 3 of our 1-unit plays. Our only loss on the night was actually the Yankees money line. They got demolished, and that's pretty comical and ironic because yesterday's video on Wednesday was pretty much an homage to the New York Yankees. They've been hot. They had the better pitcher on the mound. Eovaldi, yes, he does good against the Yankees, but the Yankees do have some good numbers against them. We did call Aaron Judge to hit a home run. That's almost a gimme at this point, but the Yankees got crushed at home. Will Warren gave up 6 runs by the 4th inning, where all season he hasn't given up more than 2 in an entire game. So definitely did not go our way in our free pick department yesterday. That was our only loss. And we also did have a premium long shot. We had 5 teams, and wouldn't you know it, we had the Yankees on them, and they burnt the whole entire parlay. We crushed every other one on those. So just bear with us with the player props. We're down 3 days now, not looking good in the player prop department. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't hide nothing. I could just breeze over it, but I'm not going to. Player props have been our kryptonite in premium. Now, we're doing good as far as breaking down. If you guys mix and match them a certain way, you guys will cash from the video. But in the player prop department on premium, boys and girls, it has gone horribly. Before that, though, I mean, we're still green overall this month in this last couple weeks with player props with the 58Xs and the 25Xs and the 37Xs that we have been cashing. Yes, we do take big swings. Might tone that back a little bit for premium. Want you guys to start cashing more, so don't be surprised if you're a premium member, you start seeing some 2-mans in there, and we just start cashing some 3Xs until we get hot again. Going for these 87Xs is not paying the bills for you guys, and I want you guys to make money this week. So we'll still have one of those plays in premium that I'll lock in for you guys, where I'll do all my favorite props. We did actually pretty well on that one. It didn't cash, but we went like 8 for 10, 7 for 10, something like that, or 8 for 12, whatever the case may be. I'd have to look again. I know Josh Bell sold on us. I loved him on Wednesday. He did not get it done. The Twins did not get it done. And I'm also a little bit mad at myself because it seemed so obvious after it happened, which it always does, right? But Aaron Judge, we loved him for a home run. He got one. I almost bet that live, actually. I wouldn't have had time to send it out, but I did like him with 2 strikeouts to get a home run at his 3rd at-bat. I also wanted to bet him live for his 1st at-bat as well, so don't think I'm some kind of savant. I definitely liked him in his 1st at-bat, but after he got 2 strikeouts, I'm like, this is the one. He's going to hit a home run right here, and when you know it, 400 feet in the air over the fence. But it seemed so clear after it happened that Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and Pete Alonso would have been the way to go for the 3-man. I mean, it was written all over my face, but we didn't spit out the words. So that sucks. We're going to try to get a nice obvious one out of the way for you guys here in this video. You'll get more bonus free plays. We did great on the cheat sheet. We cashed about 4 home run players off of the cheat sheet in premium. We had 3 2-mans in the home run department. We've split in every single one. One of them is still live as I speak, but just want you guys to know, if you're premium members, this was kind of more for you. We're going to tone it back a little bit because I want you guys to cash and make money this week. I don't want to keep going for 87Xs and 50Xs. I know they're fun to hit, and we've been hitting a tremendous amount of them, but I don't want you guys to start locking in those, and then next thing you know, you just stop locking in the plays because it's been 3 days now and we haven't hit an 87X. But we'll get there. I do believe we are on to something. We've been cooking. It's just that we have not been slotting them in the right spots. But everything will, rest assured, everything will be fine. And like I said, I'll be doing some safer ones for you guys. With all of that being said, and this kind of goes without saying, but some of you need to hear this. YouTube needs to hear it because I'm the most striked channel on YouTube, and they've been leaving me alone. So gambling involves significant risks. There's no guarantees of profit, and you can lose some or all your money. The content in this video for informational, educational, entertainment purposes only does not constitute financial or legal advice. Past performance is not indicative of future results. We sure hope not, because we've been doing pretty bad with the player props. We are not responsible for any losses that may occur as a result of using the information provided here. Viewers must be 18 or older or legal age in the jurisdiction to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, please seek help. Responsible gambling resources are down below, to include 1-800-GAMBLER in the United States. This video does contain affiliate links. We do receive a commission made through those signups. It's a great way to support the channel. I thank you tremendously for signing up with code FF8. But on top of that, you also get free money in your account and all those deposit matches, those promos, those free picks. So go on ahead and use code FFAPE, code APE on chalkboard. All the rest are FFAPE, or you can just simply use the link over on the Stan.store. But let's get into a quick recap, and then we'll break down all 8 of our player props, and then we'll show you exactly how we locked them in for an 8.75x play and a 5.25x play, along with our 50x 3-man home run play. It's probably actually higher on DraftKings where I usually lock them in, but the lines weren't available, but they were available on Prizepicks, so we'll be breaking that down for you guys as well. Let's get into it. Without further ado, here's the recap. Oh, Ape, you've been talking for 10 minutes. You didn't even get to the plays. Boys and girls, there's a fast forward button. I know it's new. I know it just came out in 2025, but you can actually fast forward the videos on YouTube if you don't want to hear me talk for this long. But this is what we did. And honestly, I make these videos not only for you free guys out there, but I have over 1,000 people in premium, and I like to talk to them, and I know they're all watching. So this is really more for them, this part. And hopefully if you're free, or if you're a free member or new here, you can see what we're doing. This is kind of proof that we know what we're talking about. And we had the Phillies on Wednesday. I love them in this spot. They did come back, and I think it was like the 9th inning. Thank goodness, because I did like them. I almost took them for 2.5 units. Kind of wish I did. Now, I also want to caveat that with I love the Yankees. That was my favorite play of the day. I told you guys just 1 unit. It was the free play, not a premium play, but I do recommend premium members lock in the free plays as well. But I don't even want to tell you how much I lost because I put 5 units on that play because I liked it so much. I told you guys 1, but I locked in 5. So it was a rough game to watch. Anyway, we won the Phillies. We actually loved that one. That was our second favorite on the day after the Yankees, which I got to stop talking about the Yankees. We had the Phillies here cashing us out on the sports books. Tampa Bay Rays playing phenomenal. McClanahan, I think that's how you say his name. He was on the mound there for the Rays. He's been pitching phenomenally. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. There's 2 teams in the MLB that are just lackluster, not living up to last year's hype. And Toronto and Seattle Mariners are those 2 teams. Toronto, I don't know what's wrong with them. I love what's wrong with them. And I hope they continue to be bad because I am a Yankees fan. But it's almost, I don't want to say auto fade at this point, but if there is a good, strong pitcher on the mound and they're playing a team that's hot, we're definitely going to go ahead and go the other way, which we did here on Wednesday. We had the Tampa Bay Rays cashing us out on that one. And then one of my favorites on the day, just with all the data that I was seeing, how these teams weren't scoring much runs early, we had the under 4.5 in the first 5 there in the Guardians-Royals game, cashing us out and $1,600 out of from 1,000 there. This is our 2-man that is still open. It will be a 38x play if we cash. We had Spencer Steer for a home run. We're just waiting for Mickey Moniak to cash us out here and hopefully bring us to glory. Then it will actually be a really good night instead of just a decent night because one of our player props finally would have hit. And that would be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, what else did we do? Yesterday's free plays did okay. It was just yesterday's video was pretty much like a big screw you Ape from like the universe, right? I paid homage to the Yankees. We took them on the free play. I like Judge, which did cash. Cody Bellinger, I believe, only got 1 hit, didn't cash. He only had 1 out of his 1.5. Not Rosario. I'm drawing a blank. The shortstop, I know everybody's name. This is crazy. But he got hit by a pitch, didn't really do anything in the game. And then Ryan McMahon just offered the whole entire time. Really, the team from top to bottom did not do well. We had them on both plays. But I told you guys it was the FU parlay because the 2 guys that we had in yesterday's video burnt me the day before or days prior. And one of those was Ann Happ, who ended up, wouldn't you know it, hitting a home run on Wednesday. And then Elad De La Cruz cashed us out as well. Even though it took him a little bit of work to get there, he did end up cashing us out. So the FU part of the video cashed, and then everything else, because we leaned so heavily on the Yankees, did not. But we're going to go on ahead and give you guys some data that we love and we are tracking here for Thursday. I do love all 8 of these plays. and we won't be cold for much longer. So I really do think Thursday we are going to pick up the pace. Typically, anyway, the weekend is our bigger days. That's where we hit the 25Xs and the 57X plays and the 40X plays. So I'm fully excited for this weekend. We also got a phenomenal, like I said, a phenomenal card for the UFC that we'll be touching on the weekend as well. And then NBA playoffs, we've been cooking there. We had the Pistons last night for premium. We had some player props that I gave out for free that I think went actually super well. That one actually might have cashed. I forgot to check on that one. I'm so baseball driven right now. I'm not watching the playoffs. We are still just waiting. It will cash. I mean, we had it was just a 3X play. Like I said, I'm going to start giving out more of those to premium. But in the free gang, if you were over in Winnable, you would have got a 3X in the NBA. OG Anunoby over 18.5 points and rebounds. We had Paul George for 2.5 3 points made. He had 5. And then we have De'Aaron Fox for 19.5 points. He's got 15 right now. Hopefully they don't slow down because they are up 59-35 against the Timberwolves there. The Spurs are. So hopefully that goes well. And like I said, the other recap, we had Josh Bell. I sent out another big bomb of a play for you guys to tail on Prize Picks with the hitter fantasy points that we hit that one there that turned like $30 into $1,100. This one would have turned more into more. And we had Josh Bell on the slip who just completely sold. And we also had Chisholm on that play as well. But like I said, Ellie De La Cruz and Ann Happ had glorious games, and wouldn't you know it, those were the two that cashed after I said they were part of the FU parlay. So not a horrible day for the free gang. Hopefully you guys were able to do a little something there. Hopefully you locked in that NBA play as well. So let's get into these 8-player props. I know it's been 16 minutes and I'm still jib-jabbing it up, but that fast forward button's there for a reason. Let's get into the plays. I just love sports so much. I can really talk more than what I even record here. I can go on and on, but here we are with our first player prop on the day for Thursday. We're going with Kyle Stowers. He's been playing very quietly good, and I do like him in this spot here against Baltimore. These two teams have been battling high scoring games, and we get Povich there on the mound for Baltimore with a 4.41 ERA. And now Stowers, he's a little up and down, as you can see here. Hasn't had 2 consistent games back to back, which is slightly worrisome. If you wanted to stay away, go ahead, but I do love this play. I think he's going to get it done again here. I also kind of like the Marlins in this one. I really like the Marlins on the 5th. They did not get it done, losing 9-7. Baltimore is just kind of bouncing back after that big series against the Yankees where they got fully swept and like actually demolished. But then in this one, a little bit more convincingly with that Pete Alonso home run, winning 7-4 here. But Stowers did have a good game. Him and Marcy were the 2 bright spots on the Marlins in this one. Now against lefties, another line that is a little bit concerning, that 143 batting average. But you also got to remember he started this season off fairly slow, and he's only got 15 plate appearances against left-handed pitchers, 2 hits, 15 at-bats, 143 batting average. But with more batters faced, 28 batters faced, 28 lefties, Povich, 8.53 ERA, 333 batting average allowed, 2.8 home runs per 9. I think Stowers is a little due here for a home run. Wouldn't completely rule out him doing this with one swing of the bat, but I do think the Marlins once again are going to put a good chunk up there on the scoreboard. So we do like Kyle Stowers in this one over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And in the same game, but on the other side of the field here, Pete Alonso over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I mean, it doesn't get much better than what he's been producing on the field. 8 of his last 10, 3.3 average in those last 10 games. Does good against the Marlins. He's got an 8 on the 5th, 5 on the 6th, and now on the 7th, I fully expect him to go on ahead and have another big game. Now, he's got a little bit better of a pitcher on the mound here. Meyer, 2-0, 2.68 ERA, but he's got very good data against him. Now, take it for what you will. 5 plate appearances isn't a huge body of work, but he does have 2 hits, 1 home run, and 1 RBI already. Meyer against those righties, 3.06 ERA, which we love. Now, does Pete Alonso go back-to-back and have 2 games in a row where he hits a home run? Probably not, but I do think that Gunnar Henderson and the rest of the boys, the rest of the Orioles are going to be able to produce, getting on base, allowing Pete Alonso to knock them in. So I do like Pete Alonso. I do think he could probably even do this with just himself. I wouldn't rule out a home run, but he could definitely get 2 hits by himself, get on, maybe score a run as well. I like him to definitely go over this 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Next, we're going to the Athletics versus Philly game. I love this series. I thought they were going to do more in game 1 than they did, but game 2 did not disappoint from either side of the ball here. But also, that also reminds me, there's actually more than 8 player props in this one. I have a special 4-man for you guys that I'm going to be going over at the very end of the video. That is a 16.5x payout, so you guys can lock it in and tail if you wanted to play a total basis parlay with us, something a little bit different for the boys. But we do lean heavily into these hits, runs, and RBIs, and I do think Nick Kurtz is going to get over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I do think that hits, runs, and RBIs is the best and most I know it's the best and most profitable prop in all of the baseball market there. But what do we got here? Nick Kurtz, as you can see here, he's only done this in 4 of his last 10, only getting 1.8. He did get one last game against the Phillies where they did lose 6-3. Then in this one, 9-1 Athletics. I do not think that the Athletics are going to get swept in this series, especially with Painter on the mound for Philadelphia. He's 1-3 with a 5.28 ERA. Now, any pitcher can have a good day, but I do think that the Athletics bats are going to have an even better day. As you can see, Kurtz, 276 batting average. There's only a matter of time before this dude heats up. Let's not forget that he's a high caliber player, had an amazing season last year. I do think he's going to turn it around. Not to say that he's having a bad year. He's having a decent year. It's not like he's completely dog shit, but he is starting off pretty slow. I do like him to start turning it up, and I think this spot is great for him to have a nice game here. Painter, he does a little bit better against those lefties, 3.26 ERA, 286 batting average, only 0.9 home runs per 9. But I love Kurtz in this spot. He typically bats about first or second against those righties. Again, we don't have the lineup out yet, so that gives him tons of opportunities to get more at-bats. They're also the away team, as you can tell from this little @ symbol next to Philadelphia's name there. They are the away team, which what does that mean? We don't have to worry about them being up in the 9th and him not getting up again. So I do like him to have tons of opportunities. Think he's going to get on base. Think that his guys behind him will knock him in. I like him for a hit and a run, maybe even an RBI if the bottom of the order there is on base when he comes up on the turnaround. But we do love Nick Kurtz in this spot. We love the Athletics in this spot on Thursday. And next, maybe my favorite player prop on the entire slate. And it's not only because of the data, it's because of what just happened. He took a 3-day rest because he had his child born. So he's going to be back on Thursday in the lineup from everything I'm reading. At the very worst, he will void out. But I do think he's going to be back in the roster. That's what everything is telling me here. So we're going to take him, Shea Langoliers, to come back after being on paternity leave and to just straight up go off. Now, as you can see here, he was on an absolute hot streak. In 8 of his last 10 games, he cleared this line, averaging 3.1. In his last game that he played, he had 8 hits, runs, and RBIs. Now, he's got no head-to-head data here against Painter, but Painter against those righties, 9.31 ERA. 349 batting average allowed. We think the Athletics are going to have a big game. We think Daddy Shea's going to have a big game. Give us Shea Langoliers over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and I like him to send one out of the park on his return on Thursday. Staying right there in that game, we do like the Philly side as well. We don't think they're just going to lay down and take it. And we're taking Bryce Harper here. Why? He just had a horrendous game on Wednesday, barely doing anything at all after having 3 games in a row where he absolutely dominated. All he did on Wednesday was score a run. Now, I think he's going to get a couple hits in this one, like him in this spot versus Ginn, who's 0 for 1 with a 4.30 ERA. Now, Harper's averaging that 2.4 in his last 10 games, doing this 50% of the time. On top of that, against those righties, 317 batting average, and Ginn, 1.6 home runs per 9 to the lefties, 3.71 ERA, a little bit better than his 4.3, but still nothing to really brag about. Now, the 206 batting average allowed to those lefties is a little bit of a cause for concern, but I do think Harper is going to get back into his swing of things here and have another big game. I mean, he typically does not go. There's one right here, but he doesn't typically go 2 games in a row where he does not really produce. So we like Philly. We like the Athletics. They're both going to put up some runs for us on Thursday, and we're taking Bryce Harper here over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we're going to be pairing him up with his teammate Trey Turner, the leadoff man for the Phillies, who is probably, it's him and Nico Horner, in my opinion, that are the 2 best leadoff men in the entire MLB. I absolutely love those 2. Love taking them in certain spots, and we're taking Trey Turner here. We're only taking him for 1. So he doesn't have to do much. I mean, he just needs to get a hit, score a run, maybe get an RBI on a sac fly. Whatever the case may be, I love him to do all of that. Now, as you can see here against the Athletics, he's done this in 100% of the time. I guarantee you, though, if I click that button, oh, I'm wrong. It does go back to last year. I thought it was just going to be these last 2 games. But even going back to last May, he has done this every single time against the Athletics. I'd like him to do it again on Thursday. He's done it in 7 of his last 10 as well, averaging 2.3. Would not be mad at you if you kept this right at the 1.5, but the way we have these plays structured, we don't really need to. We're not going to get greedy. Now, Gin against those righties, he does struggle against them. 5.11 ERA, which we love to see, and that 227 batting average against. And Turner against those righties, that nice 291 batting average there. Love this spot for both teams. We're going with Trey Turner here for just 1 hit, run, and RBI. Next, we're taking Jackson Merrill over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And this is a bit of a rarity for us because we do actually very much so like the St. Louis Cardinals and the product that they're putting on the field this year. But with that tough series against the Brewers, the rain out, it was just a weird series against the Brewers. I do think that the Cardinals are going to bounce back. I don't think San Diego's a overwhelmingly good team, but the data in this game is leaning towards the Padres here. With Liberator on the mound, he's 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA. He's going to be going up against Michael King there on the Padres, who's 3-2, but he does have a nice 2.95 ERA. What does that mean for Merrill? Nothing as far as Michael King goes, but just in general in that game, I do think it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth. But I love the data on the San Diego side of things. Jackson Merrill's been having a quietly good season as well, doing this in 5 of his last 10, averaging 2.2. They did have a little bit of a back and forth series against the Giants. 2, in my opinion, just not so great teams. But the Padres bats are starting to wake up, it appears. And Jackson Merrill is probably the best hitter on this entire squad here. And against Liberator, as you can see, I mean, 6 plate appearances isn't an overwhelmingly large number, but he's 3 for 6 with a 500 batting average and 1 RBI. He just sees Liberator's pitches very, very well. And against left-handed pitchers, he shines as well. He's got a 296 batting average, 7 ribbies, 4 runs scored in 8 hits. And Liberator struggles to those lefties. 3.7 home runs per 9. I mean, Jackson Merrill might as well just walk his way onto our home run cheat sheet. On top of that, 9.31 ERA to the lefties, 341 batting average against. I mean, I'd have to really dig in to see what lefties that Liberator has faced this year, but he is not starting off too hot against them. And I think Jackson Merrill, I'd put him up there with almost any other lefty in the MLB as far as his swing goes. Love the way he swings that bat. So we're taking Jackson Merrill in this spot over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we're pairing him up with Manny Machado, who has gone quiet these last 3 games against the Giants. And if there's one thing that you guys should know, I don't want to brag too much because we bragged a lot yesterday. It did not go in our favor. But if there's one thing I do pride myself in, is it's finding the guys that aren't doing well right now and picking them for their blowout game. And I do think he's going to get back on the right track here in this fresh series there with Liberator on the mound. I don't see him going 4 games in a row where he does not go over this line. So we're taking Manny Machado here. We love Jackson Merrill to get on, score some runs, all that good stuff. And we love Manny Machado in that 4 spot for the Padres to put in a good body of work. He's averaged 2.4 64 in his last 10 games. Only 50-50, but really the 3-game skid right there at the end kind of ruined that number for him. He is 71% head-to-head against the Cardinals and great data against Liberator. I mean, again, he might as well walk his way onto our home run cheat sheet. 2 hits in 6 at-bats, betting a 400 with a home run already and 2 RBIs against those lefties, 364 batting average. Now, Liberator, I say it before I say it again, take it with a grain of salt. There's more righties than lefties. He's had 114 batters faced. Not all of them were very, very good, but against those righties, he has done a little bit better. 2.73 ERA, 2.70 batting average, 1.4 home runs per 9. But Machado, he's a big, powerful guy. I think he's going to end up at least bouncing one off the wall for us here and cashing us out for over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Now, here are the plays that we broke down in the video and how we're locking them in. This one here is an 8.75x payout. We got Nick Kurtz for just 1 hit, run, and RBI. Daddy Shea to take us home with those 2 hits, runs, and RBIs there. And we got Pete Alonso and Stowers in that Miami-Baltimore game to have a day, cashing us out for a 8.75x over on Prizepicks, which is a 9x on Sleeper. And then this one here, we got Bryce Harper for 1.5, Trey Turner for just 1, Jackson Merrill and Manny Machado both for 2 as well to cash us out for a 5.25x payout. Now, you can lock them in on Prizepicks using code FFAPE, where you bet $5, you get $50. You'll still get that free 30 days of premium by taking a screenshot of your deposit using the code to that number below, and you can lock in with us for 30 days for free. But I highly, highly recommend Sleeper. If you don't have it, go get it. You get a free $20 with code FFAPE. You get a $100 welcome bonus. You also get a free square to add to the play. Make one of those a 6-man, increase the payout to about 11x. And on top of that, those plays that I just showed you are higher paying on Sleeper as well. Prizepicks, I have a code for them, but they just haven't kept up with their competition. Still a great app, but some of the payouts on the other apps are better. So if you have options, I highly recommend doing so. Highly recommend diversifying your funds, right? Because each app has their own little things that they're better at. And on top of that, each app drops different promos throughout the days. So you're going to want to pay attention to those. Now, this is our 17x play for our total bases. I think Cody Bellinger is going to get a double. I like James Wood to maybe even put one over the fence and cash that one out. And Happ to have another big game against the Reds. And then Daddy Shea. We're holding it down with him all day long. And this one coming back, cashing us out all day. Parlay from 12:30 Eastern Standard Time all the way till 6:40 at night. This one's a 17xer. So I would honestly recommend using Better for that one, where you get that $200 in no sweat entries, and you can use it for this one as well. Now, this is like a Daddy Shea video, so I hope he does well coming back here, but we got him for a home run. We got Aaron Judge again to do it in back-to-back games. He's got some great numbers against, I believe it's McCullers on the mound for the Rangers. I'd have to double check. I might have the name wrong, but I did look up the statistics, and Judge, wouldn't you know it, they play each other a ton, and he's got a couple home runs already against the pitcher on the mound for the Rangers, but he's got a couple of home runs against everybody. And then Nathaniel Lowe, who a lot of people don't take, but we take him a ton. He has been sensational in the home run department. You got to pick your spots with him, but I like this spot for him here on Thursday. This is our 3-man set, our 50x payout over on Prizepicks, but it will be higher on other apps like Better, and you get that $200 in no sweat entries. Now, you got to get on Polymarket. It's legal in your state. You got to use code FFAPE. You got to get your $20 when you deposit 20, and you got to skip the line, and you can lock in this play and any other play that you want to over there on there. It's just basically a sports book that's legal everywhere. You don't have to do any kind of fugazi things at all, like deposit with crypto. It's legal in your state no matter where you live. Go get Polymarket with code FFAPE. Lock in this play. Athletics versus Phillies over 7.5 runs. It kind of goes right along with our player props. I think it's going to be a big day for this game. I think they're going to put up about 9 to 10 runs in this matchup. We love this one here. This is cheaper than any other sports book as well. Most of the other books had it at 8.5, and we get 7.5 for -130, where on these sports books it's -8.5 for a -115 payout. So sensational value as well over on Polymarket. And We just simply, there's gonna be runs scored in this game. So that's what we got for you for Thursday. Thank you guys so much for your time. Hope you cash all your bets on Thursday, even if you didn't get it from me. Let's attack the day. Let's have a day, and I'll see you in the next free play video for Friday.